Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about annual periodization with regard to your training. One of the things that I kind of ignored over the past couple of years was my annual periodization. Now, of course, you know, we set out to achieve particular goals and we say we're going to do X type of parameters, X type of workout until we get there. But oftentimes, at least for me, you forget that life is circular, you know, things happen in cycles. So having a linear path towards that which you want to achieve very rarely actually happens. You have to kind of undulate, you know, they say in periodization they use the term undulating, right? Well, if you think about it on the broad term with regard to your annual training plan, from year to year you got to undulate, you know, within the annual plan. And as I turn 37 next year, right? I just turned 36. The years are accumulating, and for every year that I don't honor the seasons, I have grown more and more dysfunctional, you know. So in other words, I probably spent about 3 years going really hard with strength and muscle building, and it took me almost literally breaking down before I realized, oh shit, I should just do yoga for a little while. So if you noticed a couple months ago, I took 3 months off from training completely and did yoga only, and then, you know, some body weight training and whatnot, and only got back into weight training about 3-4 months ago. So it was a matter of, like my mentor Paul Chek says, Elliot, you spent about 3 years in summer, now you got to pay back all the winters that you ignored. So one of the things that I'm doing now is paying attention to my annual periodization. In fact, that's what Paul suggested I do. He says, I want you to give me your annual periodization. That way we know from year to year you're honoring the seasons of your physiological development, right? So I'll share with you what I'm going to develop, and over time I'll get more clear with the exact details of it, and I'll share it with you. But I figure I'd tell you, you know, the broad perspective right now so that you guys can start thinking about this, especially as you increase in your training age. So the first quarter of the year, because I'll think in terms of 3 months, 3-month brackets. So you got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, right? Each being a quarter, each being a season. There are 4 seasons, right? So that very first season, that first quarter of the year, what I did this year and what I'll continue to do is to focus on structural integrity and strength. So really it's a matter of developing the connective tissue strength, but also focus on posture, also focus on core strength. So I'll take that first, or I did, and I'll continue to focus those first 3 months of the year on structural strength and integrity. The second quarter of the year, and interestingly enough, we do something very similar here at Strength Camp. We've been doing this for years, except now I'm actually I'm dialing into it. So we've got that, then we've got the second quarter of the year where I'll focus on, as I had this year, bodybuilding, hypertrophy, building up a little bit more strength, but also some size, some muscle. And then the third quarter, which I'm going into right now and began, a lot of body weight work. So I'm doing a lot of hybrid circuits that include some barbell, kettlebell, but a lot of body weight circuits, you know, a lot of jumping, a lot of more athletic type things. So not so much heavy lifting, not so much repetition work, but circuits, keeping the heart rate up, skipping rope, sprinting, things of that nature. I'll be doing that for this quarter here coming up, and those of you who follow my training journal, you'll get a chance to watch me do some of these workouts. And then finally, like I did last year, I'll take that last quarter and focus mainly on yoga, or the soft side of developing your strength and physiology. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to ignore weight training completely. I'll probably have 1 day a week where I focus on a full body weight training program, but the emphasis will be on yoga. So we do it a little differently here at Strength Camp. We do structure, strengthening, speed, but I've also included a yoga phase or season, which will be the winter season for me. So just figure I'd share that with you guys. You don't have to follow the way I do it, but what I want to sort of plant the seed in your mind about is consider that you have to honor the physiological seasons as much as we honor the annual seasonal seasons. Otherwise, you end up burning up, and that's never good. Done.